Irish Fall is like a fun-sized candy bar. The shadow and light-based puzzles are the caramel and nuts, while the visual style is the chocolate coating on top. However, just like a fun-sized candy bar, it doesn't fill you up and it leaves you yearning for more. Normally, I wouldn't harp about a game's length as long as the story has the two sacred C's. It's complete and coherent. Irish Fall's narrative is clear as a window that was polished with a muddy rag, and some of its shards are missing. I played through the game's 2-hour story, got severely confused, so I looked it up online and still got no answers. For what it's worth, here's a little synopsis for what I could glean from it. You play as a little girl that gets lured by a black cat to a strange castle. Upon entering the inconspicuous building, the world's color opacity gets turned down to 0 and you are trapped in an Alice in Wonderland inspired environment. The only way out is to solve a plethora of puzzles that uses shadows and light. And that's all I got. Well, there is other aspects I did understand, but that would be in spoiler territory. However, here are some big fat questions that need answers. Who are we? What was the villain's motivation? How is our character connected to this when certain information doesn't add up? Look, I'm all for games telling their narrative with only visuals like Little Nightmares did. The difference being is that Little Nightmares visuals cleverly illustrates how the world functions and the dark mysteries that surround it. Irish Fall's visuals illustrate, that the villain was a princess at some point? I don't know. It feels like the visuals are surreal for the sake of being surreal, wowing the player with a great amount of style and bizarre imagery, but with no substance. If anyone watching this completely understands the game's narrative, then please leave a very descriptive comment down below explaining it. And feel free to call me a knobhead that can't understand children's coloring books. So yeah, the story may lose you and leave you empty. But what about the puzzle solving? Well, depending on your IQ, the puzzles can take you about 5 minutes to 3 minutes to solve. Not to say they aren't fun brain teasers. Using light and shadows to figure out puzzles was quite a bit of fun. However, all of these are one-trick ponies. There is no difficulty selection for these puzzles. So once you figure them out, there's no point going back to them, which is super detrimental to a game that is severely lacking content. And it doesn't also help that this game has a lack of polish. Irish Fall could be a fun little distraction with its puzzles and stylization, but the extremely short, unclear story and lack of content are a turnoff for me. If the visuals were less about bewildering the player and more focused on conveying some sort of narrative, then I probably could give Irish Fall a recommendation. If you are interested in this game, then you should wait for a sale or rent it because Irish Fall may fall flat for you.